Hey, what's going on? No, that didn't sound right. Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Welcome back.
We're back to discuss the third episode of Curse. This is called Alone. So this one, the main plot of this one is her trying to hide out from the Paladins, and she's in the. Because I don't know if it's a castle. I don't know what the name of the place is that she's at, but the whole thing, she's basically trying to hide from these guys. And they hide her as like I don't know if they call it a nun. They call it it's one of the sisters. Somebody who takes care of people, prays for people, kind of like a religious figure. And she's trying to take care of one of these paladins, the one that she hurt with the vines.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's kind of hard to. It surprised me that she stays right here and she doesn't try to get away.
Yeah. Which is kind of weird. Well, hold on. Before all that happened, the thing kicks off with Arthur having flashbacks of when he was a kid.
Yeah, that's right.
And his father was dying at the time. And his father basically told him, like you need to learn to have courage of not killing people or whatever. But Arthur was mainly alone in this one. Like, it was just him.
Yeah.
Like, it was basically talking about, like the story was basically talking about, like his side of the story with the sword and everything, because he's the one that has it. But the funny thing is that he doesn't end up giving it to Merlin or anybody. He keeps it.
Which I thought he was going to give it to Merlin, but apparently he decided not to.
Yeah, apparently he wants it. And he ends up going to this village, but before he gets there, he goes and sees his uncle, Sir Hector.
Yeah.
And he's like the king of some other place. And he's like, I want a sponsorship to enter in a tournament, like one of those sword fighting tournaments.
Yes, because he wanted to win money. Wanted to win money. So
I guarantee he probably would use that money to give somebody the sword or pay, or maybe it's for Merlin. Maybe they had a deal where it's like, okay, I'll have the sword, but you gotta win this and give me this much money.
Well, he hasn't seen Merlin yet, though, so they can't be that can't be the deal. I mean, I think it's money to give to those guys to leave him alone. Let's see, there's a guy named Boaz, the guy who got his hand cut off, because he showed up again in this episode threatening him.
Yeah, he's because then Arthur goes to this village and he's talking to like a couple of the villagers or whatever, and he's sitting like inside this bar or restaurant, whatever it might be, and they basically ask him, I'm like, how did you get this sword? That sword's pretty dangerous or whatever. And then he's like lying to them. He's like, I got it through this, but really he didn't. He got it from Nemo, who's the blood witch or whatever.
Well, actually, they call him a fae. That's what they said calling him.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they call her a fae witch or just fae, but apparently that's what they're calling her, or people like her. He stole it. I thought he was going to bring it to Merlin, but apparently he decided to keep it for himself. I think he wanted to get money to get himself out of trouble, and then maybe bring the sword to Merlin. That's just a guess.
Yeah, but basically the guy at the table, Arthur, basically like yells at him. He's like, did you steal the sword? And he's like, yes, I stole. And then the other guy across from him that knew his father, apparently, he's like, oh, you guys can go to hell or whatever. He's like, you're a terrible person. Yeah. And then he gets up and then they start fighting, and then he kills the guy. And then the paladins ended up taking him, and they get the sword.
Yeah.
And it seems like Arthur is going to jail or whatever it is back then for supposedly stealing.
Yeah, he was in a stockade and he asked him, am I going to be hung? They said, no, probably be burned. So I don't think that's going to happen to him. I'm sure he'll get away.
Yeah. And then there's, we do see Merlin in this one. He's
in a bar again.
Drunk, as usual. And he ends up meeting, again, the widow, the woman that...
Yeah, with the like black fabric over of his, you can't tell who
and
she is.
And she's basically like still trying to tell him, like, like stop drinking, like get your act together. And then he's like yelling at her because over their deal they had or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you're not giving me a fair deal or whatever. And she gives him, I don't know what she gave him.
Some kind of bottle with some kind of liquid. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was more wine or some potion thing. I don't know.
To cheer him up or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then after that, he's outside and he's getting surrounded by these swarm of like villagers. They all surround him, and
Yeah, they look like dead people. They look like zombies, but I don't think they were. They kind of push him down into the ground.
yeah, and he got sunk. So I don't know what that's all about. He said something though before it all happened.
He said, "Take me." He said, "Bring me to your leader, or bring me to your king, or something to that effect."
So it sounds like Merlin is going to meet somebody, but we don't know exactly who it might be. It can't be King Uther. It can't be him. Maybe it's like a wizard leader or somebody.
I don't know who it is.
Yeah, but it sounds like he's gonna end up go meet somebody in the next episode. And Nemo finally escapes, but they ask all the nuns. I think that's what they're called.
They call them sisters, but they're basically the same thing.
The paladins basically ask them all if they have seen the bloodhound witch. Is that what it's called? What they call it? The Fey witch.
No, the Fey witch.
And basically, none of them say anything except
Yeah, they get them all. They get them all together in one room. They're gonna question them each one by one. But the one sister, who's kind of mean. She's the one who's gonna I stare at somebody's face.
similar to what.
So I could see their real face. So she's the one who gave her up. She's like, "Oh, where's the new girl?" And the head sister was trying to protect her. So she said, "Oh, this is all. They're all here." But she lied to protect her, and this one girl gave her up. So where's the new girl, knowing that she was gonna get into trouble? So I forget the other character's name, but she ends up helping her get away.
Yeah, they go through like this underground tunnel, and then they're leaving. I don't know where they're going. I mean,
Yeah, she says go this way for a day or half a day or something like that. I'm not sure where that goes.
but overall, that's pretty much the episode. Real. So Arthur's captured by the paladins. Nemo's escaped. Merlin got sunk to the ground. So I wonder where it's all gonna go from here.
They didn't show King Uther this time. They didn't. So he didn't. Wasn't really in. They didn't show what happened to Squirrel. I don't know. Last I know, the guy let him go. What was it? The guy, the blue monk.
Yeah.
So the blue monk is the one that's really the blue monk and the pals are kind of the bad guys. So they're trying to find her. I don't know where she's going to now.
Yeah. Can't wait to check out the next one next.
Yeah, I think that overall this is another pretty solid episode. Again, I think Catherine Langford is doing a really good job playing the character of Nema. I don't know how to pronounce her name. I think it's Nimu, something like that. I think she's done a pretty good job. I'm curious where the plot is going to go to for this series, and I'm also curious if they're going to have a second season, since we're only into the third episode. I know other people have binge watched this show and they're already done with it, but I just don't have time to sit down and watch every episode yet. So we're kind of doing one when we can. So I'm sure maybe this weekend we'll check out episode 4 and 5 maybe. I think that's going to do it.
Yeah.
If you guys are enjoying this video, enjoying the show, put your thoughts or comments on down below and tell us what you think so far. And also don't forget to hit that like and subscribe.
Until next time.